Here's where author Nick Doon held a candlelight vigil for his missing wife. It was not long after when the public and media began questioning his innocence. Nick Doon is a fictional character played by Ben Affleck in the movie Gone Girl, and a large part of it was filmed right here in Cape Girardeau. The psychological thriller Gone Girl was a novel that was granted a film adaptation in 2013. Academy Award-winning director David Fincher, along with an A-list crew, would come to Cape Girardeau in September of that year to begin production. The following year, the film was released and it achieved great financial success and was critically acclaimed. And in an unusual twist of fate, the film would be tied to a real-life nightmare that a couple had to endure in 2015. This is Gone Girl, before and after. Our first location is Arena Golf. This putt-putt course was used for a scene of Amy playing with some friends. This is located right up the street from Arena Golf on 2901 Hawthorne Road. Our second filming location is on the backside of the old Federal Building, which represents the North Carthage Police Station in Gone Girl. It's easy to find. All you have to do is head towards downtown and you'll find it on 339 Broadway. Moving on to our next scene. Here we are at the downtown courthouse lawn. This area is where Nick held a candlelight vigil for Amy when it's presumed she is either in danger or even dead. It's very close to the old Federal Building at 44 North Lorimer Street. And on the opposite side of the building, we have the still image of Nick running up the steps. This vicinity was the most commonly used. As you'll see, our next shot is right down these steps across the road. And if you haven't noticed yet, we are at the bar. In Gone Girl is portrayed as Nick's Tavern. The venue has opened a few times since filming in 2013, but nothing has lasted too long and is currently vacant. You can find it on 119 Themis Street. The same location, just a different angle. Perhaps the most recognizable filming location in Gone Girl is the downtown riverfront. It's in the trailer and it's in the opening scene of the movie. The only difference in 2024 is the river wall mural being updated. And here we have Nick's father's house. You can easily spot the Bill Emerson Bridge in the background. This clip is when Nick's lawyer, played by Tyler Perry, is about to go into the crime scene. Our final filming location is Nick and Amy's house after moving in from New York City. This is where Amy's disappearance takes place and one of many locations where you see a media frenzy. Gone Girl, the movie, is the film adaptation of Gillian Flynn's 2012 novel. One of the film's executive producers read the manuscript the year before and began collaborating with actors, writers, and film studios. If you're unfamiliar with the story, it's about a woman gone missing and everyone labeling her husband as the main suspect. A large portion of the story takes place here in Cape. Filming was done in September and October of 2013 in about 30 locations. It wasn't unusual to see filming crews or even one of the main cast around town. Other filming locations included Maconda in Thebes, Illinois, and Los Angeles and New York City. Fincher took up to 50 takes for each scene. Fincher gave praise to Affleck for being able to channel his real-life frustrations with the media to his character Nick, who is also a victim of intense media scrutiny. The film was released on October 3rd, 2014 and earned $13.1 million in its first day. Altogether, it grossed $370 million. Gone Girl received very positive reviews and was nominated and received numerous awards, including Best Actress at the Academy Awards for Rosamund Pike. At the Golden Globes, Pike was also nominated for Best Actress, along with Fincher, who was nominated for Best Director. A disturbing and unusual story would ensue the following year in 2015 in California that would be dubbed the Gone Girl hoax by law enforcement. Couple Denise Huskins and Aaron Quinn were victimized during a home invasion that involved both of them being drugged and Denise being kidnapped. Police found a couple of details suspicious and originally thought Aaron had something to do with his girlfriend's disappearance. When Denise was found in Southern California, they then thought the couple staged the entire thing. A few months later, Matthew Mueller, a disbarred lawyer, was arrested during a home invasion. During the investigation, police found items from Denise and Aaron. Mueller would end up pleading guilty and admitting he was the one that broke into their house and kidnapped Denise. The couple would end up suing the city of Vallejo for defamation and received $2.5 million in a settlement. It's a fascinating story that will upset you due to the injustice those two had to go through, but it is absolutely worth a Google search, or if you have Netflix, they do have an episode about the entire ordeal. So in conclusion, in 2011, one of the film's producers shows interest in Gillian Flynn's manuscript of Gone Girl, and the novel is published the following year. Filming in Cape would begin in September of 2013 and would last for about 2 months. A year later, the film is released in theaters on October 3rd, 2014. The real-life kidnapping of Denise Huskins would occur on March 23rd, 2015, with the couple eventually receiving a $2.5 million settlement from the city of Vallejo for defamation. From the 2011 manuscripts, when Gone Girl was just a thought, to the award-winning film it eventually became, this has been Gone Girl, before and after. All right, everyone, this is my boy Stevis. Some call him Cameron Young. He was actually an extra in the film Gone Girl. He's going to tell us a little bit about his experience. So, first of all, can you tell everyone how you got your foot in the door?
I went to Buffalo Wild Wings. I assume I was hungry that day. And there was randomly a girl that we went to high school with that was just out front. Her and like another girl, they were handing out flyers. Like, hey, you would be in the movie Gone Girl. I don't know how they got this gig. I don't think I ever asked them. But I had to fill out this form, and then I went on to eat. And I'm like, they'll never call me. Not a big deal. Probably like later on in the evening, I saw another guy I went to high school with. He had posted something like, who's got 2 thumbs is going to be in the movie Gone Girl. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. So I guess they did call some people. But I didn't. So probably 10 minutes after I read that status, I got a phone call. And I'm like, there's no way. I called her like, hey, you're going to be an extra, extra in the movie Gone Girl. And that was kind of how it happened.
And it was about 2 weeks later when you actually filmed?
Yeah.
And that was over here at the Federal Building, the old Federal Building?
Yeah, it was across from the building, like almost directly across from KFES 12.
And that is the scene where he's leaving the police station, and there's kind of a media frenzy, and people are banging on the door.
Yeah, everybody thought he did it, and they were waiting for him to get out of jail, and so everybody was mad at him. And it's like we were a bunch of protesters, like screaming at him and stuff.
And so you're one of the protesters you're like one of, I don't know, several, I don't know if hundreds.
Yeah, no, they probably nowhere near 100 people, but I was probably extra like 168. I know I got a fan page out there somewhere, some obscure guy who likes my work, but yeah, it's probably like maybe 40-ish people, and we were all lining the fence. Like there was a fence area, like a lower area where he was at, and we were standing on the fence, like yelling profanities and all kinds of stuff at him. And then sometimes we weren't yelling at all because they were just filming us like doing the motions, and then the other time they would film us actually yelling stuff. And then it kind of went from there.
How many times would you say you did the scene?
Oh God, it was a lot. It was back to back to back, and it was probably from 8 in the morning till 6 at night, and we were doing almost the exact same thing. And then the only variance or like really difference was we did a lot of the day just yelling at him as soon as he came out. We did that with him, the real Ben Affleck. We did it with the stunt double Ben Affleck, which I don't know why I needed a stunt double.
I don't know why they would need
Seems
one
like
either.
Very low stakes situation. But the stunt double, we did it with the car pulling in, like him getting in the car. Then it changed to the scene where we were running around the building, and this scene was awful. This scene, I felt like Mufasa and the wildebeest. Like everyone was trying so hard to get in the shot. People were bumping into each other. I was putting right in front of a thorn bush too. So every time me and this other guy I went to high school with, we had to run through this thorn bush to get like around the building, and it was a mess. People were bumping into each other trying to get in the shot, and it was just. But this is probably a 4-second scene.
So you didn't even film the entire scene; it's just a segment of a scene. You did it from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Yes.
And how much money did you make?
Probably like it was like 80 to $100 maybe.
That's crazy. I thought they would pay more than that, to be honest.
No, it was about 12 hours worth of work.
So it was more of the experience,
Yeah, it's just for the experience. Like, I mean, I made more than I made hourly rate than I made at my job at the time, which was nice, but it was a rough day.
And what all celebrities did you interact with, or at least see like up close?
So, if you want to count the director, I saw him quite a bit. I didn't actually get to like see him. He never came out of the fenced-in area. I saw Ben Affleck several times. Didn't actually get to interact with him. He stayed in the fenced area as well. A couple lucky fans ran in there at the end, and when they opened the gate, and got a picture with him and ran back out. That's the only people I think he really interacted with. But Tyler Perry I got to meet. It was pretty cool. He, like I said, we were there doing lunch at this point. It was like around noon. They gave us like sandwiches and stuff. And most of the people that you were kind of getting to talk to or getting to know were people from like California and stuff that were like they were filming stuff, or they had like different jobs or just random things. And so I'm kind of sitting there at this point, kind of just zoned out. I'm just eating a sandwich, and then I hear a guy come up behind us, and kind of from behind me is like, "How are y'all doing?" I'm like thinking, "Oh, it's just another crew guy." So I just happen to look, and it's like Tyler Perry. And I'm like, "Oh my God, it's Tyler Perry!" Like, and he's like 3 feet from me, and I'm like, "Oh, it was just crazy," because like I said, I'd never met a celebrity before. I mean, closest thing would be, I guess, the Matt Hungarian reading us the book in 4th grade, and I didn't get to meet him. He was across the gym from us, West Lane.
That's pretty cool. You got to do that, though. I mean, there's a lot of people that had the opportunity also, but I was hoping I'd be one of them, but I wasn't.
Yeah, I think you weren't plain enough looking. Like you were too good looking for the movie. Because I'm telling you, you had to be the most like don't stick out person in the world to get like. I mean, when I went there, they had me change shirts 4 times to not stick out. It was like different shirts they'd hand me, and it was just a whole thing.
Blend in like a chameleon, huh?
Yeah, basically. So you had to fight for your spot. I fought for that half a second. You could see my face in the mirror.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
I got some.
But you actually did make a Hollywood appearance. That's pretty cool.
I did, yes.
It just took you 10 minutes at Buffalo Wild, or 10 minutes after leaving Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yeah, that was my second movie.
Yeah, second.
Yeah.
What's the other one?
I was the guy that hit the propeller in Titanic.
Oh.
I wasn't actually in that one.
Ridiculous, man. Yeah, you play that smooth because I was actually serious. What are you doing? What else are you